Would a God who's all-knowing, all good, and all-powerful truly intervene in human suffering? Last week I made the case that you don't even need to have infinite knowledge or infinite power, as in the case of giving the homeless person $1, which was your homework assignment, and I see 25 people have done that. Given the homeless person $1, you don't need to have infinite knowledge. You have just a little bit of knowledge that he needs $1 because he's homeless and he's suffering. And you don't even need to have infinite power. You just need to have $1, which is a very finite amount of power. But often, when we have that little bit of knowledge and that little bit of power, we choose not to intervene because we suppose that he's going to go and get drunk. So last week I gave the homework assignment to go out and find a homeless person and to give him $1. Even if you think he would go and get drunk, do it anyways. And I said to come back to the video and hit the like button. And I see 25 people hit that button. So 25 people, I'm assuming, gave money to a homeless person last week. So at the end of this video, there's going to be another homework assignment. So stay through to the end. Often what happens, like in the story that I shared, that when we see a homeless person, we make the decision not to give him any money because we believe that he's just going to go and get drunk, that he's not going to use the money to alleviate his suffering. We actually make a decision, and this is the point. We make a decision with our finite amount of knowledge and our finite amount of power. We make a decision that not intervening, to refuse to help, it will actually be more good than intervening. Because should we not give him the $1, then perhaps tonight he won't have anything to eat. His suffering will increase, and perhaps he will reflect on the decisions that he's made in his life. Aaron pointed out that many of these people do have mental disorders, so I'm not making a blanket statement here, and we want to be compassionate to, we don't know why they're there. But, so this is just theoretical. But that person will, by not getting the $1, will reflect on their life's choices, and tomorrow morning will wake up a new man and go to the Taco Bell that had the help wanted sign, get a job, and fix his life. That somehow, by not intervening, that this man's will, his interior will be affected to change. That there actually is a greater good that occurs by not intervening, because the interior change can then take place. However, if we gave the man $1, that interior change would probably not take place, because we would alleviate his immediate suffering, and he might not do that interior reflection. Now, we make that judgment call with just finite knowledge and finite power, and we think it's a good choice. So why is it that we expect God, who has infinite knowledge and infinite power, would not make the exact same choice? The flaw in the argument of God intervening in suffering is not the all-knowing, all-powerful, all-good God. The flaw in the argument is human free will. That's the factor that's missing in the equation. So here's the new equation. Is a human without free will better than a human with free will? You see, because God is all good, he created humans that are free. The fact that he created me with a free will doesn't mean that he's flawed. He made me good. And when I make an evil choice, that doesn't change my nature from good to evil. I'm still good. My moral choice is evil, but I'm still good. If that factor of free will is missing from your equation, and you're just calculating an infinite God who has infinite goodness, infinite knowledge, and infinite power that doesn't intervene in human actions, then of course you're going to conclude that there is no God. But the God that you're concluding doesn't exist, that's not the God we're talking about. The God that Christians are talking about is the God who created free will. So I hear you guys, you're yelling at the computer screen or the cell phone right now. You're saying, what about the kid, the innocent kid who's not making an evil choice but is suffering because of somebody else's evil choice? Why isn't God intervening in that situation? The answer to that question is on the other side of this week's homework assignment. This is your homework assignment. This week, go out again, Try to find the same homeless guy. If you can't, then find another homeless guy. Give him $1. Aaron's going to give $5. But this time, have a conversation with this guy that includes you telling him your name and something about yourself, such as, hey, I work in that building right down the street and I saw you here, so I came over to see if you needed anything. That kind of conversation. But also try to find out his name and come back, just his first name, come back and put it in the comments here, okay? That's your homework assignment for this week. Now, many of you have been asking for evidence for God. What is evidence that your God exists? And I've been very brief, or some of you I haven't even responded to. I do read every comment that you guys make in these videos, but I've been very brief for a purpose, because I intended to make videos to answer those questions. Those videos have started rolling out this week. Wednesday's video on the screaming lady in the grocery store, it came out on February 12th or 13th, whatever it was a Wednesday. I think it was called, Is It Ethical to Do Whatever I Want? Make sure you check out that video. Next Monday's video is on superstition and scientific knowledge. And next Wednesday's video is on, I bring some Star Wars stuff in there to talk about, to make some examples. And a week from today, next Friday, we're going to bring home this homeless person idea and the suffering, the intervention of God in human suffering. So make sure you're seeing all of those videos. Make sure you're commenting. I read every single comment. Thank you for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.